2020 digital press presentation. I'm so happy to be here. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday morning from wherever you are in the world. My name is Janina Chan from Chinoy TV, and I'm so happy to be able to connect with everyone here. Hello, we want to say hi to everyone. After all, this is a live session. This is one of the great things about a live digital session like this is that we can really see everyone's comments real time. So I want to see where you guys are from and who you're supporting too. Okay, so yes, as clear as it may look, we are doing things a little bit differently this time around. We are setting the bar for innovation when it comes to the digital stage of pageantry, and of course celebrating our young Filipino Chinese ambassadors, the next generation. Always so exciting this time around. And yes, our official hashtag today is hashtag rise. Rise as in R-I-S-E, hindi rice, extra rice. Okay, rise with, and you can also show your support by commenting down below who you're excited to see today. Go ahead and use that hashtag rise with. For example, rise with Janina, rise with, insert comment or insert the name of the delegate you are supporting and rooting for. So this will be an exciting next few weeks, especially for our candidates. We've got 3 whole weeks lined up for them with lots of fun activities and lots of fun challenges online, new normal style, showcasing their creativity, their culture, and of course their confidence, which brings us in today's competition, their digital press presentation. At the same time, their confidence challenge as well, hitting 2 birds in one. So this is a show. We're gonna get to see them speak, be eloquent, showcase their talents, their personality, and their charm, and see their advocacies as well, which is a beautiful thing all the time to hear from the youth of today. Okay, so yes, today is all about confidence. The next few weeks will be about creativity and culture. But before we get into saying hi to our candidates, first up, we want to remind everyone that the grand online coronation night and day will be on October 18, and it will be live via Kapamilya Online Live. That's at 11 a.m. and also Kapamilya channel at night at 10:45. So stay tuned for that. Mark your calendars as soon as now. Okay, and of course, this would not be possible. This is, of course, presented by Miss Chinatown Foundation, led by Mr. Wilson Agbayani, as well as Dr. Alexis Go. Thank you so much. We also have from Chinoy TV, led by Miss Lorraine Tan and Alvin Kingston Tan, for spearheading the pageant's very first online edition. And thank you very much to our gracious sponsors who have been supporting us all the way. We have OEC, we also have Union Bank Private Banking. Of course, this is the power of wealth navigation. We also have Nisa Skin Medi Spa, as well as Silka Skincare. So, I think this is very relevant in today's times, our campaign, what we are messaging to everybody, hashtag rise, especially in these challenging times. It's really important that we get to empower each other, that we get to rebuild the connections and strengthen our community more than ever. And speaking of which, to tell us more about this year's campaign, we have the very talented pageant director of Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2020. Let's all hear from the dashing Mr. Miko Araneta. Hi, Miko.
Morning.
Hello, looking bright and excited.
Very much excited for today. Actually, thank you for bringing up what the RISE movement is all about. So just to share with everyone what the RISE movement is. So earlier this year, we had a question, should we hold Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines given that there is a pandemic? However, after close consideration with our board, which is Miss Chinatown Foundation and Chinoy TV, we have decided that actually it's the best time to have Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines, but not as a pageant, but as a movement. So we have 4 principles. We have rebuild, inspire, strengthen, and empower. And these 4 principles are actually answered by 24 young individuals who wanted to create some change by lending their voice and their time. And I think that's very good because they are creating meaningful experiences and a purposeful journey. What's good about MMCP or Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines this year is actually we are owning a new space, the online space. So it's a space wherein people We do not recognize any geographical boundaries, and we actually embrace and appreciate inclusivity. And just to share with you, when we launched our reveal photos 5 days ago, we were able to garner close to 1 million reactions collectively from all of the contestants. And I think that's a very good sign. It's very telling and a good testament that we are doing the right thing, that we can actually create change based on the reactions that we get from the people.
Yes, that's very, very important, of course. It's
Yeah.
great, especially about the geographical boundaries that you said, wala nang ganyan, especially in the online stage or arena. And it is exciting that we have candidates from all over the world, right?
We do. We have one from Australia. We have one from Boston, the US. So we also have people from candidates coming from Tacloban, Davao. We have Quezon. So everyone's well represented.
That's really amazing. And it's actually very exciting knowing that we can all be so much more connected. It's kind of ironic that, we ideally have to be in quarantine, not exactly being physically close to each other, but somehow we are made closer in a way, internationally, even, right, through this virtual platform. So that's
Correct.
exciting. It's great to see how we can execute this. And so far, so great. I'm seeing a lot of comments right now, very excited for things tenfold today. And for you personally, aside from the whole global or more digital landscape, what else are you excited or looking forward to from our candidates?
You know what? Coming from a very diverse pool of people, they actually are putting in a lot of new flavors. So we're used to the on-ground activities of a pageant, but this year we have, as you mentioned, confidence, creativity, and culture, and everything will be online. So everyone should be excited about the weeks to come, and hopefully we can have everyone on October 18th for the coronation night.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Miko. We'll see you in a bit and in the other shows or episodes. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much once again. The brains and the heart as well behind this entire campaign, or as he mentioned, movement. After all, this is not just a hashtag. Okay. It goes so much beyond that. So I want to hear from you guys what you think about the Rise movement, and who do you think will, come up to the challenge of really representing this movement as the best that they can. And now I think we move forward to one of our very exciting, well, this is, after all, the highlight of today, the big reveal of our delegates and candidates. So guys, at the now, are you guys excited? Are you ready? I want to see some hearts, some likes. Share this to everyone, to your timelines, to your news feeds, even to your different platforms, not only on Facebook. Okay, so I just want to remind everybody that this is already the competition, okay? Their answers today, we will be putting the spotlight on them, and their answers will be judged by our guest judges that we will be meeting in a bit. And their scores, it will take up 10% of their preliminary scores for the competition. So yeah, and also we will be awarding two very special awards. First up is the winner's choice. So ibig sabihin, choice na winners, yes. Winners Circle from last year, from 2019. So yes, they are joining us here today as well. We've got our runners up, and of course, our reigning Mr. and Miss Chinatown, King and Queen on standby, and we will get to say hi to them later on. But coming from, they've been through this whole challenge, so they will have the power now to choose their winner's choice. And we will also be choosing the darlings of the press, of course, evaluated by our darling press. And they are joining us here today. Let's say hi to our hardworking media working on a Sunday morning. Wow, oh my goodness, mga sikat to. Thank you so much for joining us. Gusto ko yung, sige, more hour pa. Yes. Show us your rise pose. superhero. I love it. Ang saya-saya lang, diba? It's so great to see everyone and to reconnect with everyone here. I'm sure you're as excited as we are. And yeah, enjoy. Choose your favorites. I'm sure meron na rin kayong favorites checking from the pages of Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines. Okay, so thank you so much once again to our media partners. Okay, so I guess it's time to begin and to meet our candidates. I see them already backstage, virtual backstage. So let's bring them out here. We've got 24 delegates, 12 from the girls and 12 from the guys. And let's start with our very first female candidate. Let's start with the ladies. Okay, so candidates, your confidence challenge begins right now. Starting off with candidate number 1. Let's all welcome Camille Buenaventura. Hi, Camille.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Camille Buenaventura. I graduated from Ateneo de Manila University, and I currently live in Quezon City.
Awesome. Okay, hi, Camille. Good to
Hi,
see you.
Janina.
Very fresh. Okay, so I heard that you like to lift weights. That's pretty cool.
I do.
Girl power, diba? So,
Yes.
what is your message to those who want to follow your footsteps?
My message to those who want to follow my footsteps is that don't be afraid to lift. There's a thought that lifting makes women bulky, but that's not the truth. It actually makes you toned and you look better. And when you look better, you feel good inside. And that's what's important because it shows outside as well.
Awesome. Okay, so aside from lifting weights, I understand that at 26, you're already a member of a cosmetics organization. That's pretty cool as a part of the executive committee. So how do you empower women to feel beautiful on this angle?
I was young when I started. I started with the cosmetics industry when I was 23. So that's 1 year of actually networking and building connections. And what pushed me to pursue being in the executive committee is the support from the people of the organization. If they believe that I have a fresh perspective that I could give them and I could support them, then they would support me in my goals as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is how our Q&A is going to go per candidate. So we have like little trivia questions like that and also a question from the press. So I hope you're ready for our question from our media partner. First up is from Tita Lavinia of Titas of Pageantry. Okay, what was the most significant change you adapted to in this global pandemic?
Honestly, the work from home perspective. I work day to day in our family business. I'm the operations head. And being the operations head, I always have to be in the plant, seeing the day-to-day operations. But then during the pandemic, that all ended. So I had to make sure that I took care of my workers, of my staff. So there's not only the business perspective to it, but the community behind it as well.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Camille. That was great. So far, great start of our introduction of candidates. Thank you. Okay, so that's just the first of many. We have 23 more to meet today. Very exciting. So far, off to a great start. And I just want to share to everyone that this is round 1 of our confidence challenge. May ganon. May round 2 then tayo later on, but that is a surprise. Okay, so you're going to have to stick around for that part of the show. And I tell you, it's going to be fun and exciting. Okay, so next up, let's welcome candidate number 2. We've got Cassandra Chan. Kapatid ba kita? Okay, here we go. Hi, Cassandra.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Cassandra. You can call me Cassie. I graduated from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and I'm currently residing in San Juan City.
Awesome. Hello, Cassandra. Okay, so I heard that you've been dancing ballet for almost 10 years. So aside from that, what other hobbies or other favorite activities do you like to do?
Actually, I graduated from visual communication, so we do a lot of graphic design and painting. And ever since the lockdown, I started painting this big piece. It's almost 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. So I'm trying to finish it this year and it's going really well.
That's so cool. What's that again? A what piece?
It's a canvas piece, painting.
Like painting. Wow, that's so cool. You can paint yourself dancing.
Yes, why not?
Awesome. Okay, so being a dance teacher to young children, what values do you think is very important that you get to impart to them in this sport and in this art form?
That's a good question because when I was a student, I think the best thing that my teachers have taught me is patience. I think with ballet being such a hard dance type, I think that my students need patience because it takes a long time to get better and it takes a long time to hone this craft. So I think being forgiving and just having that patience to strive every day, I think that's very important.
That's very sweet. I think I needed to hear that. I think we need to hear that, right? I think if there's something the pandemic is teaching us is patience.
Yes.
Also, and in this day and age of instant gratification, that's a very important reminder. Okay, so you have a question from the press. This is from Tita Lavinia once again. What can you say to the doctors and practitioners in the field of healthcare and medicine in this time where they are hailed as heroes and saviors?
My experience with the doctors, I've always wanted to be a doctor, and I think that these doctors and nurses, I want to tell them that they have our support. I think all of us can give back to them, whether it's for food or PPEs or just donating money. I think what they need to hear is that we got their backs, and not just the government, but also our community. So I think if we could rise up together and just empower one another to help our doctors and to help our medical staff and medical industry, I think that's something that we can do this lockdown.
That's great. Thank you so much, Cassandra.
Thank
I
you.
think you can even do a tribute to them in your art forms, either painting or ballet, right? Okay, so thank you. Up next, we have candidate number 3, Alexi Enriquez. Hi, Alexi.
Hi, I'm Alexia Enriquez. I came from Immaculate Conception Academy High School. I am currently taking my undergraduate degree of BS Industrial Engineering in UP Diliman, and I'm currently residing in Mandaluyong City.
Awesome. Hello, Alexi. Okay, so we learned that you love Spanish cuisine. Nako, nagugutom na ba tayo? Okay, so what is your favorite dish, and can you quickly describe it to us?
My favorite dish would be paella because it has a balance of almost everything. Like especially the colors, the combination of how the ingredients and the spices just interplay and how the dynamic is really what makes me like love it more. And whenever you have paella, you always tend to share it, and the experiences that you get with this is what makes it like my favorite.
Awesome. I like it. The dynamics of a certain dish. Okay, naging food vlog na pala to, no? I love. Okay, so alam na natin. We're gonna end up craving for paella. Okay, so I also understand that you're currently studying industrial engineering. So what is that like, being in a male-dominated space?
I actually believe that women are actually the best suited people to be in this field because you know how women tend to be more nurturing, and the goal of IE is actually to be able to improve systems that fit the people who are our priority. Thank you.
Oh, that's really great. Well said. Systems. It is all about systems, not just the structure. So, yeah, thank you so much for that. I'm sure a lot of the ladies out there will be inspired as well to take on that very same path. And also the path of liking Spanish cuisine. Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, Alexi. And you also have a question from the press, from Tita Lavinia of Titas of Pageantry once again. Name one important thing that you had to give up recently.
I had to give up a lot of family time. So ever since the pandemic started, I've been spending a lot of time with my family. Like every day, we'd always eat eat together, and we'd always just find activities to do together. But ever since online classes, it's kind of been hard, and I just have to learn to balance like my academics and my family life. So I guess there's still a balance, but there's some trade off in my part.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, pros and cons with everything. At least we don't have traffic. But yeah, online classes, they take up a lot of time too. Okay, so now let's meet our next female candidate, candidate number 4. We've got Jaya Go. Hi, Jaya.
Hi, Janina. Hi, 大家好，我叫洪佳莹. My name is Jaya Go, graduated from the University of Santo Tomas and currently residing in Navotas City.
Hello. Okay, 大家好. Awesome. Okay, so I heard that you used to swim for your high school swimming varsity team, another sporty girl. So what was it like training and also winning competitions? Can you apply that to this?
Well, yeah. So during our trainings, we would wake up 6 a.m. on weekends. So it's kind of hard. It's really hard. We have to sacrifice a lot of time. So, but aside from that, I also learned a lot of things, life lessons. So I think I can also apply those things, that like the determination, perseverance to go after what we want.
That's very well said. I think ito talaga rin ang drive ng pagsanay ka na sa pagiging athlete, right? And like the goals and the training and the discipline and the patience, as mentioned earlier too, and all the values you mentioned as well. Very, very important. So I hope that the youth of today will be reminded of that. Thanks to you. Okay. So from studying to become a medical technologist, I heard you turned to business and entrepreneurship. So how was that shift to you, and what was the most, or what are the most important factors that you thought of in making this big decision?
Well, yeah. So from being a medical technologist, shifting to business and entrepreneurship has been a challenge, since a completely different field. But yeah, from reading articles, reading books, learning, yeah. So it's been a challenge, but yeah, with determination and passion, we can do whatever we strive to do.
Thank you so much. And yes, that is very important, all those values. But sometimes they're so easy to say and keep reminding, and you can just look at a visual board and keep looking at those words, diba? But sometimes it's not exactly as easy to execute. So this is your question from our media partner, from Tito Norman this time, of Pageantry Norms. So tell us your hardest sacrifice upon taking part in this competition.
So my hardest sacrifice would be the time spending with my family, because I have to prep a lot. I have to watch videos. I have to read articles again to learn more about it. So yeah, I didn't get to spend a lot of time with my family these past few weeks. But yeah, after this, hopefully I get to spend more time with them again.
Thank you so much. And I'm sure they're watching you right now. In a way, this is kind of spending time together, but on a different, very exciting way. So yeah, shout out to everyone's family members and support crew watching right now. So thank you so much once again to Jaya. Okay, now let's move forward to candidate number 5, Katrina Ibasco. Hi, Katrina.
Hi, you can call me Kat. I'm Kat Abasco. I'm currently pursuing my double BFA at Boston University, where I'm also currently residing.
Hello. Okay. Okay, Katrina. Hello. So I heard that you are. Hello. All right. Okay, got a little choppy there. Okay, so Katrina, can we say hi again, just for the record? Hi, Katrina.
You can call me Kat. I'm Kat Abasco. I'm currently pursuing my double BFA at Boston University, where I'm also residing currently.
Okay, awesome. We can hear the twang. Okay, so really cool. And I understand there's also a time difference right now. What time is it right now currently?
It is 10:48 p.m., so just the opposite of what it is in the Philippines.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Okay, so I understand that you technically worked for Hamilton. Wow, I'm sure a lot of people would die to be in your shoes, all the Hamilton fans. So who was your favorite character, and how was the whole experience?
Well, the funny thing is my favorite character is actually the Bullet, for those who have watched that show. And I don't know why I love it. I love how they manifested her character and symbolized death, and it was just like it was a whole dramatic moment that I really appreciated. I thought that it just had great impact. And my favorite part of working on the show really was just learning from the people above me. They were so patient with me and so kind with me, and I really learned a lot, because if you didn't know, I only learned how to sew 2 years ago, and I feel like just working on the show has given me so much confidence in saying that I can now sew.
So, okay, so it's costume design, or
I do both, costume design and production.
Costume and production. Very exciting. I love theater. It's really a different feeling and a different vibe. The energy is just infectious. Okay, so now you are currently in Boston studying theater. So for you, what has been the biggest challenge living abroad and balancing everything?
Well, aside from the time difference and not being able to communicate with any of my friends or even my mom, when there's that huge gap, and the candidates even, I feel like I'm missing out a little bit. I think it's just trying to stay on top of who I am as a person and maintaining my identity as a Chinese Filipino, and making sure that my voice as a Chinese Filipino is heard in the theater community here in America.
Awesome. Okay, very well said. Okay, so now we've got a question from the press. Okay, so once again, this is from Tita Lavinia of Titas of Pageantry. She asks, how difficult is it for a Filipino Chinese like yourself to be caught in political issues surrounding the pandemic?
Oh my gosh, it is incredibly difficult. I have had to take so many precautions in moving around and navigating through my life just because people seem to blame us based on how we look, and I feel like it's just so unfair. I feel like it shows the lack of empathy and compassion, and the way people keep trying to find blame and pinpoint blame on a certain person, but it doesn't really matter who is at fault. What matters is how we as a society deal with the pandemic and how we're going to react to this adversity.
Very well said. It's not about finding fault. It's about finding solutions and being, more understanding towards one another as well. Empathy. That's very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again. Okay. I hope you're still staying up despite the time difference. Okay. So halfway there almost, we have female candidate number 6, Maxine Wong. Hi, Maxine.
Hi, good morning. I'm Maxine Kong, 18 years old, from Davao Christian High School and San Pedro College, born and raised in Davao City.
Awesome. Hi, Maxine Kong once again. Okay, so you're in Davao right now.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Really cool. Okay, so I heard, this is like a really fun fact when I was reading this, nagutom ulit ako. In your family, you eat dumplings in molo soup with mustard. Actually, I think that would taste good. Okay, so what do you enjoy most about this pairing?
Well, what I enjoy most about this pairing is that it's actually a family tradition. It's been passed down from my guakong and my kongkong and my dad and everyone else. So with that, it feels like a tradition or a sense of identity in our family through food.
Very well said. Yeah. And it is different, definitely, when there is a certain type of dish that is so concretely your family's pairing. But now that we know that, are we part of the Kong family too? Okay, so I can see how that's delicious, because I also like that hint of acidity. It just makes kind of the flavor pop more of savory food, right? So I will try that. Thank you for the suggestion. Okay, so I understand that you are the youngest candidate this year at age 18, and you're both building your own small business and also part of your university's student council. Wow, active girl. So how do you balance everything from your education to extracurricular activities?
I think that the best way to balance all of this is time management. I think that there are sacrifices that need to be made, but I feel like you should know when to set something and if you are capable of doing that.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, time management, very important. I think we also have to be reminded of this. Now that time is kind of like a blur here at home mostly, right? We have to spend most of the days at home and yeah, so thank you for reminding us that to value time and manage it better. Okay, now you have here a question from our media partner, from Tita Lavinia of Titas of Pageantry, asking what Chinese and Filipino traits have helped you in staying mentally healthy during these uncertain times?
Well, I think that the Chinoy trait that I kept during this situation is the value of focusing on family. Since we all know that we Chinese people, we value family first. And with family, you feel more secure, you feel more safe, you feel more at home. So I think that now that we are just being here in our homes, working from home, having online class, I think that we get to spend more time with them, we get to value them, and we get to feel really blessed to have them with us always.
It's true. Silver lining of things. More time with family. Okay, so thank you so much. We will see you later once again and in the next coming competitions virtually. Okay, now let's welcome candidate number 7. We have Kate Tanpian.
Hello everyone, my name is Kate Tanpian. I graduated from Manuel Sinberger University and I'm from Quezon Province.
Ooh, so cool. Hi. Okay. So you said that here, based here, now I'm starting to get to know you more, that an alarm clock never works because you're a heavy sleeper. Oh, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. So did you get enough sleep prior to this competition or has it worsened that?
Yes, actually, Janina, the funny thing is whenever I have special occasions, special meetings to attend to, alarm clock doesn't work for me. So just to be sure, I always ask my sister or my auntie to wake me up so I will be on time.
Wow, mahirap pala. So you can't live alone. Kung hindi ka magigising. Okay. Or maybe have a pet, train a pet to like wake you up or bark or something. Okay, just a suggestion. Okay, so I heard that you originally planned to pursue your internship in the United States. So how did you feel about having to suspend that because of COVID-19?
Yes, actually, Janina, I was supposedly to be in the United States right now pursuing my internship in a hotel, but because of the pandemic, I was forced to fly back home. And although it was depressing and sad, but I believe that it is actually a blessing in disguise for me because I was able to join this beautiful movement, which is I want to empower people and I just want to share my story to everyone.
Yeah, awesome. Why not, right? Sometimes the delays are there for a reason. You know, God has divine timing and a plan for everybody. And I'm sure looking at you now and how you speak, I can sense that you are very excited to be a part of this movement, as you mentioned. Okay, and now part of the movement requires for you to answer some challenging questions. Okay, this one is from Tito Norman of Pageantry Norms. If you knew last January or February, basically early on this year, that this will happen in the world, right? This global pandemic and crisis, what would have been the last things that you would have done in the old normal?
If I will knew that this pandemic will happen, the last thing that I will do is I will travel with my family. Because to be honest, as a provinciana, I was born and raised here in Quezon Province. My family, especially my parents, doesn't really travel outside of our province. So I really want to take them to somewhere special, somewhere that we can really enjoy and we can really bond and I can show them my love and at the same time I can showcase the beauty of the Philippines. I want to go to different part of Quezon, especially in Homalig Island. That's really one of like the little Boracay here.
Ooh, that's pretty interesting. It's great that you're able to promote where you're from as well, diba? I love it. Let's pin that location for future travels when everything is all set and all clear. Okay, so thank you so much once again, Kate. Next up, let's welcome in our candidate number 8. We've got Ezra C. Hi, Ezra.
Katya Hao. Hi everyone. I'm Ezra C. I graduated from University of Santo Tomas and I currently live in Sampaloc, Manila.
Okay, from Manila. Hi, Ezra. Okay, so I heard here, very interesting. Maybe some would also relate. Let's see. Comment down below if you relate. I heard that you can eat mushrooms all day.
Yes.
All day. Sige, sabi mo yan. Okay, since it's your favorite, what's your favorite mushroom dish that you can eat and not be tired of?
Just simply garlic mushroom, stir-fried garlic mushroom. I love the texture of mushroom. I don't know why and when I started loving it, but I just do. So that's it. Thank you.
It's so cute. Okay, maybe you can make a mushroom business, diba? Uso na yan, online business. Okay, so I heard you're a fan of the famous painter and artist Vincent van Gogh and his work. So what do you think is important to make a certain painting or artwork or masterpiece influential?
I believe that creativity is endless and our imagination can be very vast. So I think for an artwork to be influential, you have to put yourself into it, show your emotions into the artwork so that other people can also feel your emotions. Thank you.
That's well said. It is true. Art is emotion. So yes, keep that in mind to all the aspiring artists watching right now. Okay, so we have a question from the press from Brix Vera of Sash Factor asking, Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines is a reputable pageant brand. And as a candidate, what will be your tangible contribution to this brand?
As a Chinoy, I can contribute my voice to the community by advocating my overall self-care. My advocacy this year is overall self-care, especially during this time of pandemic that we experience our mental health degrading, we experience loss of time with friends and with our family. So I would like to contribute that self-care is very important. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ezra. Great reminder and reminding us all to have self-care Sunday. And kahit hindi lang Sunday, the whole day, all days of the week. Thank you. Okay, so next up we have candidate number 9, Letitia Tan. Hi, Letitia.
Hi, everyone. Tatsia Cao Shang Hao. My name is Letitia Tan. I'm currently studying at the Ateneo de Manila University. I'm 19 years old and I'm currently living in Quezon City.
Okay, awesome. Many similarities. Continue. Like you see, girls. Okay, so I heard that you don't eat chocolates or drink coffee. What? Okay, that's okay. To each their own. But what do you do during stressful situations? And maybe I'd like to hear an explanation of why you don't eat chocolates or drink coffee.
So one fun fact about me actually is that I get migraines from eating chocolates and coffee, which is one of the saddest things ever because I personally love chocolate. It is my absolute favorite. That's why when I'm stressful from school or business, I usually just eat one bar of chocolate just to, take the stress away and make that heavenly taste go to my mouth first.
Oh, so kahit may migraine ka, okay lang?
Yeah,
for a while.
Para lang mawala yung stress.
Oh, pero nagka-migraine ka naman. Nako, hirap naman
It's
yan.
worth it.
Okay, don't worry. Hanap tayo ng chocolates, guys. Kung meron kayo recommend any kind of chocolate that will give her endorphins and yet not a migraine, that would be very much appreciated. Okay. And goes the same with the coffee part, no? Nakaka-migraine ka rin.
Yeah, but I prefer chocolates more.
Okay, well, let's see. You never know. Trial and error. Maybe you can reintroduce it to your diet. Okay, so I heard as well that you're passionate about fashion design. It's evident in what you're wearing. Such a cute bow top. So how does one, for you, develop their personal style?
For me, I actually, back then, I used to really be passionate about dressing up. So I thought I wanted to be a stylist. But then when I was more mature, now that I'm more mature, I realized that I wanted to share my ideas, my designs to the world. It's not something I wanted to keep for myself. So like for you to find your personal style, you have to be unafraid. You have to be courageous enough na even if people around are looking at you, you have to stand for yourself and know that this is my style and this is a reflection of my identity.
That's so true. I love it.
Yeah.
It is in tune to how you express yourself. So make
Yes,
personal
definitely.
stuff fun and very you. Thank you for that. Okay, so now we've got a question from the press from MJ Felipe of ABS-CBN News asking, when you say rise or you rise, you are coming from the bottom, from a letdown, from a loss. So what has been your biggest struggle in life that brought you down and that you slowly rose from to where you are today?
For me personally, my perspective for rising is not to be above others. Because in today's time, it's really easy for people to compete against each other and want to be above each other. But then that's not the real point of rising. It is about choosing to humble yourself down and to commit yourself to serving others. And that, for me personally, that is one of the main problems for me then, because back then I used to compare myself to other people. I wanted to be above them. I wanted to make sure that I'm ahead of the game. But then now I realize that for you to be able to rise, it's not about putting yourself first. It is about putting others first before yourself so that you can rise together. Thank you.
That's very nice. Okay, that's a great reminder. You know, sometimes we can't help it but be competitive. I think
Yeah.
human nature, you know, kind of like a survival instinct, but you know, let's use it to for good, but not, you know, to bring each other down or to get ahead of each other. You know, we can all rise together. So that's a very important reminder. Thank you so much,
Thank
Letitia.
you.
Okay, so next up, let's move on to meet our female candidate number 10. Wow, 10 already. Okay, we've got Annie Yusun.
Hi everyone, my name is Annie. I'm from St. Louis University and I'm currently residing in Quezon City.
Ooh, look at that, the hair. Okay. So I heard that, you know, you shared that you have a small crooked pinky because you blame kind of used to blame your Chinese teachers for making you write these long essays. I kind of relate to that. But how do you handle people teasing you with that? Can you show us like a blogger?
Yeah, it's like this. So my Chinese teacher did not tell me to write essays, but it's really parang like a punishment for me, diba? Like when we're late in school, they were gonna tell me to write I won't be late again like for 100 times. But this in my case, it's really hard because it's in Chinese character. So I I usually joke around and said, Lao Shi, look at my pinky, and then it's super funny that some of them are buying it.
Oh, okay, so it's just a little, you know, ano lang, katuwaan lang with your lauscher and your
Yeah.
fellow classmates. So
Yeah.
interesting trivia about you. Okay, so thank you for sharing that. That was fun. Okay, so I understand that you're also an architecture student. Awesome. And ngayon, usong-uso na naman mga house tour, dream homes, and all that. So for you, what would be your dream house and why?
My dream house is actually a Scandinavian house, which is just white, simple. Because for me, a house is somewhere that you can relax, right? So, in my house, right now, it's really like a lot of things are going on. So, I really wanted to have that dream house, na clean lang, and so that whenever I wanted to relax, I can.
Awesome. I would have to agree with you. Scandinavian is the way to go, especially these days. I think
Yeah.
it's a trend for a reason because it's just so clean and minimal, and
Yeah.
yeah, you get to unwind at home. That's supposed to be the case, not be more stressed with all the clutter. Okay,
Yeah.
so now you have a question from the press from Anne Manhit of push.com.ph asking, what would you say is a notable contribution that the Filipino Chinese have made here in society?
I think that the main contribution that the Chinoy community has contributed in this society is actually the entrepreneurship that, because in we know that Philippines is already um very diverse. Like we Chinoys are here already, and we help each other. Like we we always have um this kind of thinking that we need to lift each other up, and we need to help one another, because at the end of the day we are living in one country and we need to rise as a nation. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Annie. Okay, next up, we have two more to go for the ladies. This is female candidate 11, Hillary Uy.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Hilary Uy. You can call me Hill. I came from Immaculate Conception Academy High School, and I'm currently still studying at the La Salle College of St. Benilde, and I'm currently living at Quezon City.
Okay, hey Hill.
Hi.
That's such a fun,
Hi,
trendy
Tina.
name. Hey Hill. Hey Mountain. Kidding. Okay, so cute. So just like your fellow contestant, oh no, you also dislike chocolate. So what non-chocolate based desserts do you eat the most, if not chocolate?
I super love buko pandan. Anything buko, honestly. Like, you can give me buko pandan, buko juice, buko coconut, anything in buko, I will eat.
Oh wow. I'm actually in a buko phase too. I've ordered lots of buko here. Kind of makes me have a tropical vibe at home, diba? And that's good. That's a good healthy dessert to advocate for, because it is healthy with lots of benefits and nutrients. Hydration is key. Okay, so aside from advocating for buko, no kidding. I heard that you want to advocate for kindness amid animosity. So what's one small act of kindness that you think people should do more?
So it is important for us to put ourselves in other people's shoes, because we allow ourselves to understand others deeper. Here we are able to see life when we are kind, when we are compassionate, and despite the hate and pain, we win in life, because it is through that tolerance that we truly test our patience. And really do advocate this to everyone, because in this time of the pandemic, we should be able to be kind to one another.
Very well said. Okay, now here is your question from the press. Again, from Miss Anne Manhit of push.com.ph. She asks, name a leap of faith that you have made and share how it has paid off.
So I think love. Um, so through the years, I actually stopped believing in love, and it's because of the things that I have experienced in my life. So the leap of faith that I did this year, actually this 2020, is love from my friends, from my mom, my sister, and I'm super happy that I came to see what love truly is again, because it is through love that we come together as one, and it's through love that we rise together.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you. I do believe in that. Advocating for love, that is the answer. Although sometimes, love comes with pain, if you may, but that means it's working. That means it's true. So let's not be afraid, and let the joys of love be even more overwhelming than the pains. Oh, okay, humuhugot tayo ang aga. Okay, thank you so much, Hill. Next up, finally wrapping up the girls' presentations, we've got female candidate number 12. Let's all welcome Julian Yap.
Hi everyone, I'm Julian Yap. I graduated from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and now I'm in UERM, currently residing in Quezon City.
Cool. Okay, so I heard, Julian, that you watched Queen live at the Forum because they're your favorite band. Oh, wow.
Yes, I did.
Jealous. Okay, so how was it like seeing them in person perform?
I was really mesmerized because, of course, they're my favorite band. I really love how diverse Freddie Mercury's vocal ranges, and I also really love what they stand for. Queen rose to the occasion to talk about AIDS in spite of the stigma, and I also love how he rose to fight against sexuality and how people discriminated him based on his teeth.
Yes, and that is relevant whatever the times are. So thank you for also reminding us that. Okay, so I understand that you're pursuing medicine as your field of study. So how do you plan to contribute in this time of the pandemic?
So since I'm merely starting my journey as a medical student, as early as now, I want to advocate for the empowerment of our frontliners. We must remember that they have lives outside of the hospitals too, that they have families who worry about them. And so therefore, we should all empower our frontliners by advocating for their compensation and for their rest. Because at the end of the day, it's always a beautiful day to save lives.
Oh, that's nice. That's a cool, we can make that a slogan of a hospital or something. Pretty cool. Okay, now here is your question from the press. From MJ Felipe of ABS-CBN News, he asks, so far in your life, what has been the biggest downfall and how did you rise above it?
For me, I'm someone who's really proactive in terms of my goals. I really prioritize my academics, my family life, and my different advocacies. And so there was a time in my life where I was really focused on my academics, and my family was very sad at how they felt that we were distant. And so I rose by making more time and finding the right sort of balance to this.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And this wraps getting to know our female candidates. A big hand, virtual claps, wherever you're from, wherever you are. And congratulations to our female candidates for answering so well. We still have our male candidates coming up next. And coming from our last candidate's answer about rising to the occasion, I want to remind everyone that we do want to emphasize on this movement, the RISE movement. And for us to learn more about it, let's watch this video.
Proud to say that this project has come a long way from a small community pageant to a nationwide cause.
2017 Miss Chinatown Philippines! Chinatown Philippines 2018 number 8, Marike! Congratulations! Jonathan Changong and Lina Lee! COVID-19 cases in the Philippines now nearing 242,000.
Mindset that pursues further learning and education.
Because these are the qualities that makes me stand for what I believe in.
Get up on our feet, face these challenges, and adapt to the new normal.
I rebuild the self-confidence that I once lost.
Helping their whole well-being.
I believe that perspective is everything. The way you see life dictates the way you live it.
We will all together spark a positive change in the community.
I want to be that support for others, to be a foundation that helps them rise.
There's always hundreds of reasons to smile every day.
And be able to adapt and play to their strengths and inspire others to do the same.
I just want to inspire them to work towards their goals.
Every downfall, there is a rising point. And as we rise, we can inspire others to do so as well.
I always try to find ways on improving on myself because
I hope to inspire others to open new ideas while fostering our traditions.
We have to step up to the challenges and be strong as a community.
I consider myself to be socially aware in that I am cognizant of the dichotomies.
It's never easy to rebuild and inspire, especially during these troubling times.
My greatest achievement this pandemic is that I got accepted from a job.
Understand the importance of having free education and equal opportunity.
This is a really good platform to raise awareness.
To inspire, strengthen, and empower other people, you have to begin with yourself.
I think that I could be I'm the embodiment of hard work, persistence.
I think I could do something to influence others in a bigger scale.
They become equipped to overcome anything in the future.
Kudos to the pageant and production team for that amazing video. Very heartfelt and such an important message, especially in these trying times. And yes, for the fans of the guys, and you got a glimpse of them. Okay, so it's about time to finally meet all 12 male delegates for Mr. and Miss Chinatown 2020. Starting off with candidate number 1, let's welcome Herc Ang.
各位大家好，我是洪汉胜，我是22岁，我在 De La Salle College of St. Benilde 学习，我住在 Tondo, Manila. Hi everyone, I'm Herc Ang. I'm 22 years old. I currently studying in De La Salle College of St. Benilde, and I live in Tondo, Manila.
Okay, hi Herc. Awesome. So I heard that, Herc, you sleep talk. Yan ang una nating malalaman pala, no? So what are some of the funniest things you've said according to your family or what has been told you?
Actually, ang sinasabi nila bad words eh.
Bad word? Okay, ano ba?
Yes.
Anong language?
Chinese
bad word yan, ha? Huwag tayo ganyan.
English. May kinakaaway daw ako sa panaginip ko yun. So that's the worst.
Okay, well, at least hindi in real life, diba? Okay, that's a pretty fun icebreaker. Okay, so aside from being, wow, a top associate of your company, you're also working on other ways to earn financially. So how should one keep their drive to achieve more, especially in these trying times?
Ang advice ko lang is you should believe in yourself, and kung gusto nyo talagang mag-improve or kumita ng pera, may maraming paraan. You just need to believe in yourself, and you're kailangan 100% focus ka lang. Enabled for you to do that. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, baka mamaya maraming mag-DM sa'yo. Paano kumita ng more money? Okay. So that's also very relevant right now, diba, with our economic situation. Okay, so we are going to rise above that. And this is your question from the press, from Nico Tuazon. Hey, Nico, of pep.ph. Sabi niya, tanong niya, do you believe that influencers should use their platform and voice for social change?
Because we are a role model here in this pageant, na nandito kami para hindi lamang para magpaganda or magpagwapo. Nandito kami para mag-voice out, para i-share namin yung advocacy namin. And my advocacy is to share, is to raise awareness for mental health. Kasi many of us Filipino is suffering from anxiety, depression. And I just want to tell everybody that kailangan nilang makita yung good in every bad situation and neglect all the negativities that is coming into their mind.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Well said. Okay. So up next, we've got our next male candidate. Number 2, we have Carlo Garcido.
So hi, good morning everyone. Good morning, Janina. I am John Carlo Carcido. I graduated from Chiang Kai-shek College and I'm currently in Lucena City, Quezon Province.
Okay, so I heard, Carlo, that you finished your initial cabin crew training with a leadership award and an honorable mention. Wow. Parang school lang, di ba?
Yeah.
So what do these awards mean to you?
These awards mean so much to me because these are the things that I thought I would never be able to achieve. Because when I was just applying, I always wished for sana makapasa, sana makapasok. But then when I was there, it gave me more grit and determination to achieve those things. Actually, these things are just bonus. Being able to achieve my dream is already good for me.
Oh, that's great. we do have to see the bonus side to all things too, and appreciate every single thing. So yeah, good to know. And also, as a flight attendant, you've been to multiple international and local destinations. What's the best part of traveling for you?
I guess, of course, the best part of traveling is that you always get to meet different kinds of people from all walks of life, age, culture, and disposition. And you also get to experience their culture, which broadened our sensitivity. And that is, for me, the best learnings or lessons that I get to enjoy when traveling.
Cool. When you said that, you really sounded like a cabin crew. Parang so cool. Okay.
Thank you.
And diba? Diba? Here's your question from the press, from Robert Requintina of Manila Bulletin. He asks, times are changing. So what should be the main qualities of a good leader these days?
For me, the quality of a good leader should be resilient, because you know that people are not always to be have the same mindset as you are, and that shouldn't stop you from what you want to do and from what you believe in. Being resilient is what drives us to do what we want, and these are the qualities that makes us stand for what we believe in. Because with this, it could not only transform ourselves but also the society to be the best version of it. Thank you.
That's great. Transforming ourselves and society to our best, right? And evolving and becoming our best. Okay, thank you so much, Carlo. And now we move forward to our third male candidate. His name is very interesting. It's Beef. Beef Co.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Janina. My name is Beef, and I graduated from University. I currently reside in Manila.
Awesome. Okay, so hi Beef. That's a very interesting nickname. Okay, on I heard this again. Ang dami ko ng facts about you guys. I feel like I know you all now. Okay, I heard that you can lick your elbow. So what reaction do you usually get that you can do this? Because I understand that almost like it's very rare for someone to be able to lick their elbow.
Very rare indeed. I mean, like, I don't normally get asked to do this, but okay, if you guys want to see it, gonna pull my elbow, give it a lick.
Oh my gosh. May pa-demo pa pala tayo. I'm sure natuwa ang mga fans mo. Kakaibang demo. Parang talent competition na ba yun? Okay. So I understand that you're also a pro athlete. Maybe that's why you're also extra flexible. So what do you think is the relevance of living a healthy lifestyle?
I think what the relevance of living a healthy lifestyle right now, especially during a pandemic like this, is mainly to follow what you believe in. For as a pro athlete, I believe in the saying where you don't have to be afraid to try. What you have to be afraid is that you never tried at all. So as a pro athlete, I think that's the best quality that I can tell everyone, that you gotta keep that up.
Yeah, that's a great reminder. Not be afraid. It is more scary that you didn't try, because like you wouldn't even know that you had the potential for it. So great. Okay. Next, we've got a question from the press for you. This is from Nico Tuazon, once again, of Pep.ph. He asks, was there a moment in your life where you fell down or lost your spark and you're in a rut? And what did you do to #rise up?
Definitely. I think the biggest downfall of my life was having my first heartbreak ever. And I know that's common for everyone. But that's where everything changed for me. That's when I started to learn how to build myself up from being someone else, then going on with my own identity and moving forward. So yeah, I think the heartbreak was the one that gave me an open mind to a lot of different new opportunities out there.
Wow, iba talaga ang natuturo ng heartbreak. Diba? I'm sure maraming magre-react dyan. Tingin ng mga comments. Okay, so thank you so much. And yeah, diba? Hearing a heartbreak from the girl's side and then from the guy's side. You guys, so precious. Okay, so thank you so much for that, Beef. Next up, we're ready for candidate number 4. Let's say hello to Eric Kua.
Hi, Janina. Tatsiahao. I'm Eric Kua. I graduated from Philippine Cultural College, and I'm from Valenzuela City.
Okay, Eric. Okay,
Hi,
this
Janina.
is the fun fact I have about you. Now, I think we have in common. You love cats. Oh,
Yes.
so cool. Okay, so do you think makes them extra lovable? I know sikat na sikat ang mga dogs, pero ikaw, bakit mo type on cats? Like me, I love cats.
Well, usually kasi what we usually think is cats masungit. Yes, they are masungit, but for me, cats are really sweet as well, di ba? Parang lagi natin nakikita na parang maano sila, parang sometimes off. Pero kasi what I realized about cats, when you're sad, I think parang they can feel it, and especially when they approach you, sobrang cute nila.
Oh, that's so true. I can agree to
Diba?
that. And I can testify to that. And just the sight of them being cute, parang nakakalma ka na, di ba?
Yeah, parang
And then there mga yung mga purrs and vibrations nila, di ba? When you hug a cat daw close to your heart, parang that's good for your ano daw parang for your heart, but it kind of eases you. So now you know when your cat's purring, hug your cat. Okay, so you're also a sought after content creator. So what's the best thing about what you do in the digital age of social media?
I'm sorry, what's the...
You're a content creator also. So for you, what's the best thing about being in this digital age of social media?
I think that the best thing about being in this digital era is that we all have voices. Lahat tayo may voice. We have social media, we have a platform na everyone can relate, everyone are into it. So parang I think we're given voices, we're given chance to voice out what we have to say, what we can do in order for us to, I think, improve or promote humanity, ganyan. And I think that's the best thing right now.
Exactly. Well said. And you have a question from the press too, from Robert Raquentina of Manila Bulletin, asking, what has been the most challenging event in your life and how did you manage it?
I think that the most challenging event in my life is in my business, because I'm apart from being a content creator on the side, I am also an entrepreneur, and from time to time I realize I experience hardships on my business, especially when you get pagka naloloko ka sa business, especially I think that is a must for everyone. I think it's parang tuition fee mo yon for you to gain more experience on it. And what's a very important thing about it is that you don't lose trust to other people just because na loko ka once. And the best thing about it is you get to learn a lot of things from it and keep moving forward. Thank you.
Keep moving forward. That's one of my favorite things or quotes or statements to live by. Very important yan. Grabe, yung iba naloloka sa love life, yung iba sa business. Okay, well, that's something we can relate to, diba? Kaya nga, ang important is we keep moving forward and that we rise. Okay, let's meet our next delegate. He is male candidate number 5. Let's welcome Jiro Go.
Hi everyone, I'm Jiro Go and I'm currently 23 years old. I studied in Ateneo de Manila University and I did my master's in Health International Business School in London, and I currently reside in Caloocan City.
Ooh, I love it. I love how he said Caloocan. Okay, I love the twang. Para akong nakikinig sa radyo bigla. Okay, so I understand, Jiro, that you have an identical twin brother.
Yes, I have a twin brother, yeah.
Does he have the same energy as you? What are the similarities and differences?
Okay, so my twin brother and I, we're both very comedic. We have our comedic antics. So especially when we were in school before, in Xavier, we went there for 14 years of our lives, so our friends knew each other. But then back in college, I remember we'd have plans for me to go to his block pictures, for me to go to his block kainans and whatnot. And then they would then realize that it's not him, it's actually me. So I then became friends with his friends as well. And at the end of the day, at the end of the 4 years of my life in Ateneo, I was able to become friends with his blockmates as well, which is a really good thing.
So funny. So did it start out as a prank? Some sort of a prank? Or
it started off as a prank, mainly because there would be random people that would hug me from behind my back. Imagine walking around school, coming from another class, and then someone would just say hi to me, and then I would look at them in a very awkward way, and then I'd be like, hi, I'm really sorry, but who are you? I don't think you know me. And yeah.
Okay, well, I guess now, well, I hope that your friends now know, I'm sure they now know that there's
Definitely
two of you. There's two of you. Okay, it can get quite confusing. Your brother's name is?
Gyro.
Oh, Jiro and?
Gyro.
Gyro?
It's literally a one-letter difference. So his name has a Y, mine has an I.
That is pretty cool. Okay, Jiro and Gyro. Hi, Gyro. Baka mamaya sa ibang online competition siya pala. Okay, so I understand that you also studied in Europe for your master's.
I did.
So how was that like studying abroad, and how did it change your perspective in life?
So when I was studying abroad, initially I had an inferiority complex, mainly because I'm a Filipino coming from a third world country. And going to Europe, I felt like these people from Europe have no knowledge of what a country is. And when I was there, I was able to show how being a Filipino, we are very hospitable, we are very caring, and we can lead people. So I was the president of the consulting society in the postgraduate campus with over 55 different nationalities, with different backgrounds and culture. And even after postgrad school, I even brought 16 of them to the country to show my culture, to show our language, to show what we have. And at the end of the day, they definitely said it's more fun in the Philippines.
Wow, you said that like a commercial. Okay, that was very interesting. And it's great that you're already doing like works of an ambassador to the Philippines,
Yes,
right?
definitely. I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, representing your community well. I can really feel the passion. Okay, so we have a question from the press for you. Okay, so from Robert Requintina of Manila Bulletin, Philippines. He asks, why should you be the next Mr. Chinatown, Philippines?
I believe that I should be the next Mr. Chinatown, mainly because I don't consider this as a competition. Right now, we have to focus on things such as the pandemic. We can't rise as one, being an individual. This is a movement. There are 24 different candidates with different advocacies and background, and we can all compile that together to rise together as one. And at the end of the day, one winner can change everything, but we, the 24 of us, can do so much more together. And I know by the end of the day, we can all rise together as one.
Oh, that's well said. Thank you so much. And yes, it is the journey. It's not just about the two ambassadors who will win the competition. It's really getting to know each and every one of you guys, and that's what makes it extra special. And hearing your hearts and your minds and seeing it, pan out through the challenges and inspiring people. Okay, thank you so much, Jiro. And now we are halfway through the boys. Let's continue with male candidate number 6. Let's welcome Jeric Louie.
Maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. My name is Jeric Louie and I graduated from Davao Chongwa High School and Ateneo de Davao University, from where I also currently resided. And may I just say, Miss Janina, you look very stunning today.
Wow. Pwede ba ako magbigay ng points? Okay, so wala, di ako judge. I'm just a host. But thank you so much, diba? Okay, so hi, Jeric. So great to see that you're doing well from where you're at. I heard that Apo Wangod gave you a batok or tattoo. How is it like meeting a national artist and having his artwork on you? Can we?
But the whole experience, the whole journey I had with my friends was exciting. And upon meeting Apo Wangod herself, she's such a sweetheart. She's the cutest tattoo artist I've known. And I guess it was a very enlightening experience for me.
Oh, that's fun. And it's definitely a different way to get a tattoo, right? And it's
Yes.
a conversation starter, like what we're doing right now. Okay, so I understand and I can hear that you are a host too, and you host for a living before the lockdown. So how do you inspire other creatives in this industry, to just keep on going and to rise above the difficulties of being in a global pandemic?
Yes, definitely. It's been hard especially for like a host like me and like you, because it's not really advisable to go out in public and look for events because of COVID-19 and how it disrupted our day-to-day lives. But right now, more than ever, social media is here for us. It's gotten even better. The fact that everyone can actually meet online, just like what we're doing right now, is a blessing for everyone. And I think everyone should use this to their advantage.
Yes, very well said. To their advantage, and yeah, see the bright side of things, right? And use the platforms and the tools that we've been blessed with. So yes, thank you so much. And you have a question as well from Tito Norman of Pageantry Norms. Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines is a job. So in your own words, can you come up with a brief job description about it?
Definitely. I think Mr. and Miss Chinatown 2020 is looking for a person who is able to speak out their own voice in helping other people amidst any problem and being able to influence and use that voice as a power to help people rebuild, inspire them, strengthen them, and also empower everyone. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. I loved how you used those 4 pillars of our movement in one sentence. Okay, great. Again, inspire, empower, strengthen, rebuild, all those. That's what we're here for. Okay, so we actually have 6 more to go, and we are moving forward with male candidate number 7. We have Jorwin Nang.
Hi, good day, everyone. My name is Jordan Ong. I graduated from Monash University and I currently reside in Melbourne, Australia.
Okay, so we got another international contestant, or technically the location is international. So Jorwin, I'm reading here, you used to knock at people's houses to sell electricity. That's pretty different. So tell us more about that, and how was that like? Have you been rejected, and how was the whole experience?
Oh, actually, that's a really good question because I actually did a couple of sales jobs, and the selling electricity one actually stood out for me because it taught me a lot of things, especially dedication and hard work. Because sometimes I had to travel for like 3-4 hours to go to a certain place, and waking up early and then knocking people's houses, you get rejected all the time. So be able to brush off these rejections and be able to stand up and say, okay, the next person might talk to you. So that has taught me both resilience and dedication as well.
That's really interesting. Cool. I just a insert. You can understand Tagalog and Filipino, right?
Yeah. Yes, I can. Marunong po mag-Tagalog.
Wow naman. Akala ko may din yung Tagalog niya. I really enjoy listening to accents, and I'm sure our fans, the community, natutuwa din sila seeing other Chinoys in different countries and thriving and being diverse. So that's pretty interesting. So yes, I heard, yes, you are living in Melbourne now in Australia since you were 17. So speaking of that, coming into play, how do you preserve our Chinoy culture and traditions?
So I think our culture is very similar to several Southeast Asian cultures. So being able to be together with them, so obviously one of it is hard work because I think our community is very studious. So coming overseas, I didn't want to waste obviously my efforts coming here. So I thought like working really hard, and something that's also very similar to the Chinoy culture, because especially during this time, I think we're all trying to survive during this pandemic, and I can see everyone's really trying really hard to survive, and I think that's something I actually brought here as well.
Awesome. Okay, now we've got a question from the press from Nico Tuazon of Pep.ph. He asks, what did you appreciate more about yourself or have come to love more about yourself over the course of the quarantine period? We've got a lot of time to reflect on ourselves.
Yeah, that's actually a really good question, because I think one thing I really realized for myself is to disregard insecurities, because growing up, I wasn't really the most popular kid, and I was really a shy person. So during this pandemic, it taught me to reflect on myself and be confident, because there's so much things you can accomplish during this time as well, and especially during joining this pageant. This is a really huge step for me to build my self-confidence as well.
Awesome. And well said, you really can achieve so much if you just remove all inhibitions and be confident and just own all that there is to you without complying to social norms and just being truly yourself and enjoying that. I think that's one thing we've come to forget, because social media is a fun and really empowering tool, but at the same time we can't help but use it to compare, and sometimes we kind of set our own excellence or our own performance aligned to how other people are doing it in their lives. So we got to remind ourselves to not be insecure and to be confident with what we have to bring to the table. Thank you so much for that. And next up, we have candidate number 8. Let's say hello to Johan C.
Hi everyone, hi Janina. My name is Johan C. I'm 21 years old. I'm currently a student in DLSU and I'm living in Pasig City.
Okay, hey Johan. So I heard,
Hi.
I can profile you sort of now, and also by reading this that you collect vinyls of rock bands.
Yes, I
see the
do.
rock vibe. Okay, can you share
Yeah.
with us a little bit more about that interest and how you also properly clean and maintain your collection? That's something we want to know.
Well, before in high school, I used to actually be a drummer, and that's where I fell in love with rock bands because our teacher is also in love with rock bands. So when it comes to practicing, we would actually play to rock songs. So for example, Queen, Elton John, AC/DC, those are the things that I love collecting. And with maintaining
Oh,
my
that's so
vinyl
cool.
collection, yes, it is. And when it comes to maintaining it, it's actually hard because I tend to be a very clean person when it comes to my vinyl. So after every time I play it, I would clean it, then I would spray the anti-static shock so that when I repackage it, it would still be in its best condition.
Okay, it's really great. I'm hearing this now because I just got a record player and I'm about to buy my records. And okay, good to know that. And dami pa pala I have to buy the spray and everything. And yeah, it is becoming even more popular now. Kind of gives you that fun,
Yes.
nostalgic vibe, and it's also aesthetic. Okay, so
Yeah.
good to know. It's great you were influenced by your teacher too, and I think you would get along with our other female candidates who love music and Queen. Okay, I understand that you and your friends also started your own NGO to support sustainable programs. So, can you name a program that you would love to support when you've raised enough capital?
So with my friends, we're actually all economy students.
Everyone who wants to eat fried chicken with me because that's more good stuff for them.
Aw, I can sense I think you're a health buff then, in a way, no?
I always impress people as a health buff, but honestly, I cannot diet. I eat rice and I represent everyone who does.
Okay, cool. So I guess it's really down to preference. And you know what? Fun fact too, just because I've never met anyone who really blatantly says, I don't drink alcohol, I also don't. Only very occasionally. It's also preference for me. And I think getting a vibe from you, maybe we don't need alcohol.
Yeah, maybe we
We're pretty loose. We're pretty loose. Okay. So yeah, and with chicken skin, yeah, why not, right? At least you're living a healthier life. Okay. So I also understand that once you dream or dreamt of becoming a doctor, before eventually you shifted into advertising. So for you, how was that shift, and what is so important in pursuing one's dream and finding one's purpose?
Yeah, that was easy for me because at the end of the day, I guess what I'm trying to say is that if someone finds themselves in a similar position, don't be too hard on yourselves, especially if you're in college, because that's the whole point of being in college. We're given a license to find who we are and to enjoy that space where we find we will flourish.
Awesome. And not just in college. I mean, there's no deadline naman to finding our true selves. And it's not just about our true self at this time of period. People change, our dreams change, right? Our priorities and values shift. And that's not a problem. As long as we keep finding who we truly are and that we're happy and we're able to express ourselves. So thank you. I relate to that too. Okay, so we have a question from the press. This time it's from MJ Felipe of ABS-CBN News asking, given the current state of the Philippines, how are we rising above the challenges of the global pandemic? How do you think we are rising as a nation?
I think as a nation, it's really nice to see that. I feel like part of it feels as if we are lacking kindness and compassion, but also the other side of the coin shows us that there are a lot of people who are kind and compassionate. If you look within your own circle, I've never been sent so much food and so much care packages, and I do the same for my friends. And when you think about it, kindness and thoughtfulness, there's still values that are very much present today, and they're values that we have to carry on with us even after the pandemic is over.
Very well said. Thank you so much, Dawn. Say hi to all of your friends and yung mga friends ni Dawn. Ang sweet naman, may pa-care packages. Okay, that's great that we get to check up on each other in these difficult times. Okay, next up, we are down to a few more. Let's meet candidate number 10. We have Abiathar Tsai.
大家早上好. Hi guys, I'm Abiathar Chai. You can call me Abs. I took up Bachelor of Sports Science in UST, and I'm currently taking up MBA in De La Salle University. I'm from Quezon City, but I'm currently enjoying the view in Calamba, Laguna.
Wow, naman. Okay. So you're in Calamba, Laguna right now. It's pretty cool. You have family there,
Yes.
or?
Yes, I'm with my family.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so not every time you get to meet someone whose nickname is Abs. Okay, that was pati yung profile picture niya may abs. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so I heard Abiathar, that it's Abiathar again?
Yes, that's correct. Abiathar.
Abiathar, so it's in the A. Okay,
Yeah.
Abiathar. Okay, just
Abiathar.
making sure. Let's pronounce everyone's names right. Let's get it right. Abiathar. So you're
Yep.
self-confessed dog lover naman. So from cat lovers, may dog lovers din tayo, but also allergic to them. Oh no. Okay, so for you, what makes dogs so special? And how do you overcome the allergies despite the cuteness?
Unfortunately, for the allergies, I still love dogs because they're man's best friend, right? They're fun to hang out with. You can tell stories with them. They won't judge you, and also you can take walks with them, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
For cats, kailangan ko pang ilagay sa bag. Okay.
Dog lover.
So, yeah. Okay, so I was also told that you're a samgyup lover. Nako, maraming makaka-relate
Yes.
dyan. So, how do you balance being a food lover with being a fitness enthusiast as well?
Mainly the Samgyup lover, not sponsored by Samgyup. It comes with having the time to hang out with friends. It's actually not about eating, but perhaps it's the bonding time associated with friends and family members, of course. And with fitness, of course, beef, you have protein, and I love the Samgyup style because you get only protein, right?
Yes, and it is delicious after all. Okay, so we have a question from our friends from the media, from MJ Felipe of ABS-CBN News. He asks, rising up to a challenge to be somebody, it can mean a lot of sacrifices on your end. It can be time, relationships, principles, and even self-worth. So have you had this kind of experience wherein you needed to let go of something to rise above the norm?
Yes, definitely. I think this goes with everyone. We have to make sacrifices, not just the negative things, of course, but also the positive things. For example, during this pandemic, of course, we all have to sacrifice something. Maybe it's their job, maybe it's an opportunity, and we have to, in return, make something good out of it. And for me, I think what I sacrifice the most is my time. And in return, I try to bring my best effort into doing my best to promote helping each other and to find out if friends are doing well. And I think that's a good return for that sacrifice of time.
Mm-hmm. Well said. After all, time is gold, and you can really make so much good use out of it if you really manage it well and know your priorities. That's actually a pet peeve of mine when there's wasted time. But then again, is there really wasted time? As long as you get to learn from it, right? And become better after, if ever it is wasted time. Okay, so now that we've heard from Abs or Abiathar, let's all welcome candidate number 11. Say hi to Kevin T.
Hi, Janina. Hi, guys. My name is Kevin T. I'm from De La Salle University, and I was born and raised here in Makati City.
Okay, hello. So from a person who doesn't drink alcohol, now I heard that you also don't drink coffee. Mga hindi nagkakape mga to, no? Okay, so how do you keep active or awake throughout the day? How do you do to perk things up in the morning?
Yeah, that's actually a funny story. I don't drink coffee. Most of my friends do, so whenever we go out, I'm one of those guys who don't drink coffee. So usually where I get my morning energy is I work out first thing in the morning. It gives me the discipline to maintain a routine. And with this routine, while working out, it sets the tone for the rest of the day. And I started with a positive mindset.
That's very good. I also believe in setting the tone for the day. And so far, we are setting a great tone for the competition and the pageant. And yeah, so just a follow-up question. How about tea? Do you drink tea?
Oh yeah, I do. I do drink tea. It's for
Hindi naman.
yes.
Nagjujuice ka rin naman. Okay, so interesting. And I also heard that you are a financial advisor. So how do you encourage people, especially at this time of uncertainty, in terms of managing their finances and in that field?
Oh yeah, it's very important to have a stable source of money first. You have to create your own emergency fund. You have to put your extra money in investments, insurance, because there's such a thing as inflation, wherein we have to fight those things and we have to put our money in financial instruments. So I'm doing my way via social media in order. I want to reach the people from different parts of the Philippines, from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, teach them the value of investing, saving, and basically that's it. You have to really protect your money.
Awesome. Protect your money, not just your heart. Okay, so next we have a question from our friends from the media, from Brix Vera of Sash Factor. He asks, what would you say to those experiencing, to those Chinese or Filipino Chinese individuals experiencing threats and discrimination, not just here in the country, but around the world, blaming them as the cause of the spread of COVID-19?
Yeah, we've been faced with that problem a lot. So my opinion on this matter is we have to remember that we shouldn't be putting blame on us, especially on the Chinese people. Just because it originated from a specific country, it doesn't mean it's our fault. So it is our duty to educate these people, tell them that what they're doing is wrong, they're hurting people, and we shouldn't be doing the blame game. We have to be united as a society, work together. It's not us who's the problem. It's the virus that we're fighting in this pandemic.
Exactly. It's much more than that. And thank you for reminding us that we are all in this together too, and we should be productive, not counterproductive when it comes to solving this problem as not just a nation, but globally. So thank you for that. Okay, so now we are moving forward to the last candidate or delegate that we have overall, and the last for the guys. Candidate number 12, let's all welcome Justin Yap.
大家好，我叫叶楚良，我今年24岁，我来自Tacloban City. Hello everyone, ang mga Taclobanos na nagkikitayan na aton, maupay na adlaw ha iyo na tanan. My name is Justin Philip Lim Chuayap. I am 24 years old, graduated from Sacred Heart School, Ateneo de Cebu, the La Salle College of St. Benilde, and Le Ross Jinjiang International Hotel Management, postgraduate Shanghai, China. And I am a very proud Chinoy representing my province, my hometown, Tacloban City.
Awesome, Tacloban. Okay, I love your cool virtual background. Ang sarap sa mata, diba? Very Sunday. Okay, so this is a very fun trivia that I have of you. So I heard na Justin, you can't pronounce the letter R daw before, like and you used to interchange B and D. So, being a part of this pageant, eloquence is also very important. And as you have done your intro, I can see that you've moved on from those problems. Good job. So how did you overcome this challenge?
Yes, Janina, actually, quick fact is, it's not only the past that I can't pronounce the letter R. It's until today. So it's like the word example in Tagalog, parang. So it doesn't sound R. I'm not sure if what you're hearing, but it's not R. I can't pronounce the letter R. And regarding the D and D, I was actually quite terrified because I came over that when I was still grade 5. So I always make sure that in the door or in the wall, I put D and B, and make sure that whenever I pass that, I need to recognize it. Because like in school, all my test papers gets corrected and wrong spelling is wrong. So the score is so low.
Oh wow! So is there a term for that? Is it and how did you come up? How did that happen? Is it like just growing up, you just kind of just noticed it, or did something trigger this?
To be honest, I have no idea, but I heard some of my friends telling me that there's a term for that because it's not only me actually who's experienced that before. They have like siblings also who had the same problem, but it can be overcome through perseverance, of course, and practice.
That's great. I guess you can also advocate for that, diba? You're representing everyone here with challenges when it comes to speaking certain consonants. Okay, so and we still have a voice for you, diba? That's the most
Exactly.
important thing.
It shouldn't be the limitation for you to voice out, actually.
Exactly. Okay, that's great. Thank you. And I also understand that you're a travel enthusiast that led you to study abroad. So what did you learn about yourself when you were there?
First of all, Janina, if I may, I would just like to thank, and I'm so blessed to have a family who supports me to go out there and just discover the comfort zone where I'm staying here in the Philippines. Because without traveling, you're not talking to the Justin Yap that you are talking to right now. Traveling molded me. It made me to become a better person. And because of traveling, I get more diverse. So I'm more diverse right now. So the good thing of being diverse is you're able to know how to put yourself in other person's point of view. So you would know how to act in different circumstances.
There we go. Sorry. Okay. I'm back with my voice. Okay. The church bells are ringing. And yes, that's also our cue that we are done getting to know everybody. But that is just round one. So, but yes, almost done. Ito pa pala. We have one more question to excite. Okay. This is from the press. Okay. One last for the press for you. This is from MJ Felipe. Most of you are in your early or mid 20s, and sometimes the most challenging life moments usually do not kick in until you're in your mid 30s. So, can you actually prepare yourself to rise above the occasion and future challenges that you haven't experienced yet?
If I may, I would like to disagree on that life begins on the 30. Because for the past 24 years of my life hasn't been just sparks and glamour. It has been a roller coaster, but I am proud to say that it has been a colorful roller coaster that molded me to the person that you are talking to right now. My mom was diagnosed with cancer a few years back, and on the same year, my hometown, Tacloban City, woke up in a nightmare of Yolanda. And just this year, my grandma passed away because of an unwanted sickness that is rare in the Philippines. And now the pandemic is hitting all of us, no exception. So for me, you only have two options, to fall for it or to rise from it. My family, and my fellow Taclobanans are proud to be resilient and empowered people. That's why no matter what life threw at us, no matter what you threw at us, we will always rise. And guess what? We will always do better than our past. Thank you.
Wow. Awesome. I feel like I'm talking to a politician in the best way. Yeah. So thank you so much, Justin, for that. And yeah, very inspiring what you just taught us today. And sorry for your loss. And you're a great testament to being resilient, and that is very important. A great trait that we should all embody more of. And it's not just in our phase as our age, diba? It's not just like with our 20s or our 30s. It's whatever time frame it is, we always have to be resilient. So thank you for that, Justin. And once again, this wraps up our round one. And I'm sure our judges are now, can't choose their favorites because there's a lot of you guys and everyone has done so well. So kudos, congratulations. Let's give them a cheer naman, guys, and comment down below. Rise with name of the candidate who you're so impressed with, diba? And maybe we can have a little convo right there. And I just want to see how everyone's doing and how they thought of the candidates so far. I personally am so impressed by everyone's performance. I see that it's a bit more exciting somehow. I don't know. For me, it's exciting. I know this is not your usual pageant, but it just feels so much more real somehow, hearing everyone really speak from the heart. Okay, so Now, I just want to remind everyone that your performances today will weigh 10% of your total preliminary scores. And also here to evaluate them are our 3 special guest judges who are also here with us virtually. So let's all say hi to them and meet them. First up, our first judge is an international model and social media influencer. She has been modeling abroad in countries like the US, Brazil, Dubai, Thailand, and of course the Philippines. And she was also a guest star in Pinoy Big Brother Lucky 7. Say hello to Maria Fabiana. Okay, so beautiful. Hi. Okay. And we have an achiever himself, our second judge, has a long list of recognitions under his belt. He graduated magna cum laude from the prestigious Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in California, and has been pursuing his love for journalism as a contributor of a Rappler and pageantry as a pageant coach in his TFC show, The People's Queen. Let's all welcome, show some love for the fabulous Voltaire Tayag. Hello, Mr. Voltaire Tayag. Okay. And then last, looking fresh, but not the least, is the founder and CEO of ReleveFashion.com, a premier destination for ethical brands and sustainable fashion for social impact. Releve Fashion is the inaugural retail partner of the Conscious Fashion campaign, and this is also supported by the United Nations Office for Partnerships and the first retailer awarded the Eco Age brand mark for sustainable excellence. Really cool. Let's all welcome our final judge, Raya Gomez. Hello. Hi, everybody. Mr. Voltaire, Miss Raya, and Maria. Looking great, everybody. And you have the toughest jobs right now because our candidates have shown so much great promise. Okay, so thank you so much once again for being here with us. And once again to all of our online viewers, nabitan ba kayo sa ating first round? Okay, alam kong medyo napahaba, pero at the same time, you know, punong-puno kasi. It's really, we've made great use of this time getting to know everyone, all 24 of them. And now we have our next round. Ayan na, round 2. Are you ready? Okay, this time around, it will still be them speaking up, but this time they will be able to speak about different topics and issues. And this time will relate it to back to our theme, Rise. And this is sort of like a showdown in a sense. So what will happen is our candidates will be assigned, will be paired up, the female candidates and the male candidates, and they will be assigned a word that represents the characteristics of the phoenix, which is the symbol of our Rise movement. So all of these words are chosen at random via random.org, and they will have a specific time to be able to say what they have to say about that word from the heart, of course. Okay, so each will be given 30 seconds, so 1 minute per pair. And I guess we can begin. Are we ready with the very first pair? Okay, we are doing this by candidate name. So pair number 1 is candidate number 1 and number 1, candidate number 1 for female and number 1 for male. We have Cassandra. We have the first one is Camille Buenaventura and Herc Am. So let's welcome them all here. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin. Our very first word or phrase is new beginnings.
Okay, let me start. Okay, so for new beginnings, I feel that some people are afraid of new beginnings because they focus on what they have to lose instead of what they have to gain. But then when you look at it at a different perspective, it's mostly releasing the past, releasing all that negative energy, becoming more true to who you are, becoming rooted to who you are, that nothing can bother you anymore. And that for me is a new beginning.
Okay, Carlo. Okay, Carlo, go. Herc, go ahead.
Okay, for me, new beginning. someone, sa iba, takot sila sa mga new beginnings. Pero para sa akin, when you feel tired, when you feel exhausted to your life and to yourself, um, always always remember that you could refresh yourself, and moving on is the key.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on is the key. Okay, thank you so much. Pair number one on new beginnings. That was very refreshing, your take on that. Okay, our second pair is Cassandra Chan and Carlo Carcido. Cassandra and Carlo. So their word is, okay, let's get set. Your word is justice. Go ahead, Cassandra.
Hi, I think with whatever's going around in our society and in our world, I think justice is something that we need to see. As you know, our political climate and our social climate and our racial background has been very evident with whatever's going on in our society. And I think that there are a lot of injustices in the world, and I think that we need to see that. I hope that we as people can be compassionate and just look at everyone as a friend and just look at everyone as someone that we could respect with. So if we can find justices in ourselves and we can show that to other people, I think that's something that we could see.
Awesome. Go ahead, this time, Carlo.
So my advocacy is education and self-empowerment, because I believe that these are the things that cannot be taken away from you by anybody. And with this, as an empowered individual equipped with proper education, you get to do what you want. You get to continue on what you believe in. You can make a stand, and you get to fight the justice you rightfully deserve. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Pair number two. Okay, that was great. So far, new beginnings and justice, all very relevant topics. Okay, now let's welcome our pair number three. We have Alexi Enriquez and Beef Co. And their word is balance. But let's look at the timer. Okay, timer starts now for Alexi.
So balance is a way of life. It calls for constant evaluation and reflection to make sure that everything in every aspect in your life is in healthy levels. And this not only limit to the physical aspects such as a balanced diet or balanced work life, but it also takes opportunity to focus on the mental balance, like your mental wellness. And I think it's just something that I really wanna point out because it's very prevalent in the community that people don't account for this factor, the emotional aspect. So I feel like without the mental health balance, even though every aspect in your life is it's so you still won't be able to function. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And this time, Beef. Go ahead. Let's wait for the timer and go.
I totally agree with Alexi. You know, balance has been a big factor ever since before. I mean, you like the old saying, like too much of good is also bad, and of course, too much of bad is also bad. But both of these things, and you put them all together, and then if you take a step back and you see it from afar, you got to take note that balance is basically the essence of life, because that's what we've been doing since before.
Okay, thank you so much to Alexi and Beef on balance. Next up, let's welcome our fourth pair. We have Jaya Go and Eric Kua. Okay. So, are they here? Okay. Our next word is actually faith. And as they prepare for that, let's wait for them to come in. Jaya Go and Eric Kua. So far, so great. Everyone's doing amazing in this round too. Although we do have that time ticker over there, making sure that we say what we have to say in, a concise manner. Brevity is important after all.
Yeah, so let me start this off with faith. I believe having faith is really important, especially now during the pandemic. Faith gives us hope and optimism. So yeah, we don't know when the pandemic is going to end. So having faith is really important.
Okay, awesome. Next, let's hear from Eric.
I think for me, faith, when it comes to faith, I can relate this to my business as an entrepreneur, especially during this time of pandemic. There were times that I really, I think it's unavoidable that we really lose our faith. But I think what's very most important thing about that is that hindi mo makakalimutan yon. You just have to strengthen it in order for you to uh, of course, step up, and then of course with that, you can overcome everything. Especially sa akin sa business ko, parang during this pandemic, I had a crisis with my business, and yun, faith lang talaga, tiwala. And I definitely agree with Jaya. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so about faith this time. And yeah, thank you so much, Jaya and Eric. Very well said. I'm sure a lot would agree with your thoughts. And our next pair is Katrina Ibasco and Jiro Go. Your word is very relevant, being this is still a pageant. Your word is beauty. Let's start with Katrina.
I think as an artist, it's almost part of my nature and part of my being to find beauty in everyone and everything. I work with so many different bodies and so many different personalities. And I think that we can all benefit from throwing away the social construct of beauty and creating our own ideas of what can be beautiful and accepting that we are beautiful. I truly believe in beauty and diversity and uniqueness. And I think that my fellow candidates here today are the best examples that I can give you of that.
Awesome. Well said. I'd have to agree with you. Okay, now let's move forward to Jiro's answer.
So for me, beauty is a concept nowadays that is usually thought to be just very physical. Something how you look like, how you put out there, but sometimes beauty is just simply a facade. There's always something behind you. And what matters the most is the beauty within yourself. How you portray this to other people. How you beam that light and influence other people to help them rebuild, inspire, strengthen, and empower them. And with that, I mainly believe that for myself, I'm beautiful inside, and of course, all the other candidates here as well, as we can share all together as one and help the Chinese Filipino community to rise together. Thank you for that.
Okay, thank you guys. Awesome. Thank you from Katrina and Jiro, one from Boston and one from here. Okay, so our next pair, let's all welcome Maxine Kong and Jarek Lloyd. All right, your word is another buzzword. It is power. Go ahead, Maxine.
Well, you know the saying that with great power comes great responsibility. And with that, I believe that power is really a word that pushes people to do what they wanted to have, like some sort of initiative to do what they dream of. So I believe that the people who have power now, who are the upper hand, the powerful people, I hope that they use such characteristics, such power to do well and to create a impact and to create a change and to help others in the community, especially in the situation that we are facing now. So I think that is the really vital part about having power and being powerful and power itself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Next up, let's hear from Jarek.
Yes, definitely. I do agree with what Maxine said because power is not just physical raw strength. I think power comes from within. It's the fortitude and the resiliency of a person. And I think now more than ever, we need those values in life because of the pandemic, how it's destroyed our day-to-day lives. And I think having the strength, the power, enables us to help other people as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those power answers. Next up, our seventh pair is Kate Tanpian and Jorwin Nang. And your word is prosperity. Go ahead, Kate.
For me, prosperity is a mindset. Because for me, for me, prosperity is a mindset. Because having a prosperous life means being able to appreciate all the things that we already have and maximize the resources that we have now, especially during this pandemic. I think that we should be resourceful and we can still have a prosperous life by being grateful, by being appreciative, and with all the things that we have now, we can use it as it is. Thank you.
Okay, well said. That's great. Prosperity as a mindset. And next up, let's listen in on Jorwin's answer.
Oh, thank you. I think Kate's answer was really good. For me, prosperity is more about growth in different aspects in life. I know prosperity could be linked to something called like luck, but I think prosperity is more like growth. It could be both financially and in like, for personal growth. And that's all about growth. And during this time, I think you should use this time to kind of evaluate and use this time to improve yourself and, and prosper. And, it's something that's really important in everyone's lives now.
Awesome. Improve and use this time to prosper. Okay. Thank you very much to pair number 7, Kate and Jorwin. Okay, our 8th pair this time around, and their word is something we all, hope for and long for in our days. Okay, let's listen in on Ezra C. and Johan C.'s answers on the word happiness.
For me, happiness is enjoying your life. Being happy with what you have, who you are, and who you love. I think that all of us wants to be happy, right? So I think it's on the way how we live our lives to make it happier. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ezra. And Johan, go on.
Yes, so for me, happiness is actually being to pursue your goals and your passions because it humbles us. It shows that what we are doing right now is meaningful and worthwhile. This is why I joined the Rise movement. I knew that being in the Rise movement will allow me to use my voice to reach out, to not just inspire people, but to empower and strengthen them so that we could all be happy together. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Very nice thoughts and words. Thank you so much. Okay, next up, our word is another thing that's very relevant, whatever the times are. Okay, let's welcome in our 9th pair. First up, we have Letitia Tan and Dawn Tang. Hello, Letitia and Dawn. Your word is humanity.
Humanity for me is about being selfless. It is about putting others first before yourself. It is about relating and empathizing with other people, knowing that you get this sense of comfort because you know that what you are going through is absolutely valid because other people are going through that as well. And through that, you are being able to relay compassion and love to others as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Letitia. Next up, let's listen in on Dawn's perspective on humanity.
I actually agree with Letitia. I think that was a perfect answer. If there's one thing that I hope for, especially within the context of what's happening in our world today, it's that we never lose our sense of humanity. I feel that if we show kindness and compassion, all the other values that we've mentioned previously will trickle from that sense of humanity. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Very well said. And yes, it is a trickle effect. Okay, that was our 9th pair. Next up is our 10th pair. Let's welcome Annie Yusun and Abiathar Tai. Your word is also something we all long for in our living days here on Earth. Your word is harmony.
Okay. Harmony for me, architecturally speaking, is about a design element having of the same trait. Just like in Filipino Chinese community, we have this mutual understanding, we have the cooperation and the unity. So that is harmony for me. If we will be incorporating that, then we could rise together. We could make this community into a friendlier one. So we could rise as a nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Annie. Let's move on to the answer of Abs.
Thank you for that, Annie. I would agree with her in terms of harmony being in line with unity. For me, harmony is having the person that you despise the most eat with you in samgyup, just the two of you. Why do I say that? Because whenever I'm faced with situations wherein the other side we would have any concerns, any issues, any problems that we're facing, being harmonious means that you'll get to be at peace with one another. Being harmonious means that you understand that person's side and you understand his situation, his or her situation that he or she is in. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I encourage being harmonious, especially during this pandemic. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Annie and Abs. Amazing answers. Okay, we are down to our last two pairs. Our 11th pair is Hillary Uy and Kevin T. And their word is grace. Go ahead, Hillary, and you may answer first.
So, grace is to walk through life gently. It is the elegance at which we present ourselves. It dignifies a person as it shows in your exterior, both and interior. It is the elegance within. Going with the flow, and with grace, we go through the flow of life and we move with grace.
Thank you so much, Hill. And now let's listen in on Kevin's answer.
Yeah, I totally agree with Hill. I think grace, it's often related to dance, and the greatest dance is actually life. Life in general, we have to be graceful in the things that we do. We have to move freely in order to get positive energy, get good chi, and when with this good grace, it relates to it sets the tone for the rest of your life, really.
Ooh, I love it. Okay, from one word to setting the tone for the rest of your life. Both very great answers. Thank you, Hill and Kevin, for those. And last but not the least, our 12th pair ready to answer what they think of our last word representing the Phoenix. Okay, let's welcome in Julian Yap and Justin Yap. Your word is very relevant, always and forever, and this is peace.
So for me, all the aforementioned are related to that of the Phoenix, and peace is not exempt from this. Peace is what we are ultimately vying for. For me, peace starts in your homes, and it doesn't have to be big. It can start small by, for example, helping out your sister, your brother, because I'm the Achi in my family. So peace is innate in each and every one of us, and it is up to us to rise and make it come into fruition.
Awesome answer. Thank you so much, Julian. Actually, Julian. Okay, let's listen in on Justin's answer. Justin, hello?
Yeah, sorry. I have to agree with Julian that peace comes to your house, within your houses first, because no one can dictate peace. You yourself will be the only person to tell if you want to have peace, because peace starts within yourself. And in order to tell people to have peace or influence people to have peace, you need to portray it, you need to walk, you need to talk, and not only just using your words. You need to have the act to have peace within yourself. And you need to be contented in order for you to have peace within yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that. Amazing answers, everyone. Truly making this movement really, you know, you're making it proud. You're making all of us here proud, the entire community. So a big hand to each and every one of you. Awesome work. Okay, and that wraps up round 2. Can you believe? Okay, and as we tally the scores. Well, actually, we still won't be knowing exactly how they did score-wise, but we will have our 2 special awards coming up real soon. But I'd just like to remind everyone that the special awards that we have, basically, these are just these will have no bearing for their preliminary score or their final scores. This is a special award after all, and we will be announcing later on the winner's choice as well as the darlings of the press, those who have really made an impact, not only from the point of view of our friends from the media, but also from our previous contestants. And speaking of them, they are also joining us here today, so why won't we welcome them here? We have our reigning Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines. We have Jonah Chantong and Nina Taylor for a special message for everybody. Hi Jonah and Nina.
Hi, Janina. I'm so
Hi,
sorry.
Janina.
I'm having a little trouble with my video, so maybe Jonah can say his
Okay,
greetings
go ahead.
first.
Okay, we're flexible here. That's why it's digital. Go ahead, Jonah. Take it away, Jonah.
Hi, Janina. It's so nice to meet you again. It's so nice to see you again.
Yes.
My message for everyone: the world is experiencing a tough challenge right now. The pandemic has affected lives of the young and old all over the world, threatening us physically and psychologically. Like everyone's lives had to change, including mine. The economy became unstable, erratic government, businesses are challenged, and everyone's health were compromised. With winning Mr. Chinatown, I was able to reach a bigger audience, so I used this opportunity to inspire other people to help one another, especially during this pandemic, in any way we can. May it be vlogging, donating, making a sustainable business, making TikTok videos to promote social distancing, literally anything that would promote happiness or wellness to our community. At this time, all we can do is uplift ourselves and rise from this pandemic by being optimistic, be conscious of what's happening in our country, and help one another, even just a little. A small effort can go a long way for people in need. Because of Chinatown, I was able to extend my help to other people with the support of our sponsors who are willing to donate to those in need. With a bigger audience, as Mr. Chinatown, I have to set a good example to the community, especially the youth. We need to rise above this situation, face it, and see it as a potential to grow. Be creative, start doing things you told yourself you will do years ago, appreciate the little things, and be hopeful.
Thank you so much, Jonah, for those very inspiring messages and words. It's great to see you again after a while, diba? And at least we're online now, kahit na, it's not exactly the most ideal situation for everybody as a whole, but we are making the most out of it. And yes, we are here to rise above it all together. And I think Nina is now all set. Are we good, Nina?
Hi, good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the question I was given is what is my basis for judging all of our candidates? I really believe everyone here this year is very strong. The everything overall, their confidence, the way they present themselves, and also the way they interact with one another. I can really say that all of our candidates are very, very sincere and strong with what they want. And right now, it's all about sincerity, most especially for, this year. We're doing everything online, so we want to do everything very authentic. We want to show everyone that we can be authentic anywhere in the world within ourselves and the way we present to one another. So for me, in my opinion, the way that I would like to see our candidates is that just be the best selves they can be at this time, even though that we are struggling collectively. So yes, thank you very much for the candidates, and thank you so much, Janina, for hosting. It's been so nice to hear you speak and present our candidates as well.
Thank you so much, Nina, for that personal shout out, ba, diba? Okay, it's really great, especially what you pointed out about sincerity. That is also one thing I value more than anything, especially now that with these screens. You can, as you guys have been mentioning, I've been hearing everyone's answers also great and really from the heart. Now, sometimes it can look like a facade. So it's really important that we are able to showcase our real, true, authentic selves while still, showing the best version of ourselves while being sincere. Diba? That is possible. Okay. So thank you for those, our reigning Mr. and Miss Chinatown, Jonah and Nina. And joining you guys, actually, it's a mini reunion. We have our runners up here as well, and they're also helping judge today's winners circle or winners choice winners. So let's welcome them up here. We have our first runners up, Jeremiah Kamas, as well as Feline Young, and second runners up, Stephen Lim and Lorraine Cho. Hello, ladies and gents.
Hi, Janina.
Hello. Hi, Janina.
Hello.
I love how everyone's just popping up.
Yeah.
Okay, so cute. Hi, everybody. Oh, nakakatuwa.
Hi,
Parang
hi.
reunion talaga natin. You know, it's great that I met you guys last year, but it's, we're doing things differently and you're still a part of it. That's amazing. Say hi to everyone, first of all. And, kamusta na kayo? As well as let us know how you guys are judging this time. Now you have the power, diba? How are you judging the new
Yeah, yeah.
batch? Go ahead. Who wants to start? Nagkakahiya siya. Sino?
Kasi Feline na lang i-volunteer natin.
Nominate kayo.
Feline.
Okay, go ahead.
Celine.
Huh? Hello?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you. Hello, Phil. Celine?
I think we're basing them on how they represent themselves well, and yeah, depending on how they actually answer questions and to how well they really represent themselves.
Okay. Who wants to add anything to that?
Sure, I'll add. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
So for everyone, congratulations for all the candidates this year for joining this year's Miss Chinatown. Thank you for answering the call to represent our community first and foremost. I think it's really important given this pandemic that we need hope and inspiration from candidates such as yourselves. So for me, what I'm looking for is someone who's holistic in how they could deliver themselves well in what they do and in the profession and trickle that into their families and embody that into the Chinese Filipino community and represent us well. I think that's very important when it comes to how they could imagine, inspire, and innovate the thoughts of other people regarding the community in order to serve the cause well. And this year, I hope someone rises to that occasion.
Thank you so much. Well said. Okay, coming from our Achis and Ahias of Mr. and Miss Chinatown. Kayo na ang Achis and Ahias. Okay, kasama nyo na ako dun. Okay, anything else to add, anyone, before we say goodbye to you?
Ethan.
Oh, I think that the most outstanding quality that I noticed for both male and female candidates would be they're very assertive and they're very determined to rise amidst these challenges that are happening in our country. And I noticed that they all have their fair share of negative experiences and they were able to turn it into a positive one. And I salute them for taking a stand in the movement and hopefully bring a change into our society. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. And lastly,
And yes, hello everyone. I would just like to congratulate everyone for making it to the movement. Yes, and sobrang galing nyo. Ako mismo ang dami ko agad natututunan. Kahit na winner na ako, it just proves na kahit yung mga bago, marami pa rin ako matututunan kahit na nauna ako, ganyan. Marami pa rin ako matututunan from you guys and you're just really great, the you all. Congratulations in advance.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Once again, Jonah, Nina, Jeremiah, Feline, Stephen, and Lorraine, our all-star cast last 2019 for Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines. Really great to have this mini reunion and seeing everyone's, cheery dispositions despite everything. And I would really have to agree to everyone's main core sentiments about our new batch being sincere and assertive. I think that's two main things that we all need right now. Very inspiring talaga. Ayan na. So thank you once again, guys. We'll see you in the next shows, perhaps. And now the time has come to almost announce our winners. But before that, we need to take this time to really thank all of our loyal supporters and to everyone who made this event possible for us to be inspired by, diba? Not just inspiring, it's also entertaining, actually. And it's personally lifting up my spirit. And I'm sure to everyone watching, natutuwa rin kayo with how we're presenting everything right now. And this would not be possible without, of course, Chinoy TV and Miss Chinatown Foundation. And yes, making all of this new normal online edition possible. and as well as our major sponsors. Thank you so much to Owishi. We have Union Bank, Private Banking, the power of wealth navigation. We have Nisa Skin Medispa. We have Silka Skincare. We also have our official partners, Isla Lepana and Company and TWC Philippines, W Cube. We have Skylaw offices, Calix Studio, TikTok Philippines, Lucky Chinatown. Our media partners include ABS-CBN, Push.com, Pep.ph, Manila Bulletin. We also have Pageantry Norms, Titas of Pageantry, Sash Factor, and our prize partners include the Confucius Institute at the Ateneo de Manila University. We have Wine Century Brothers Philippines Incorporated and DBR Lafite. We also have, or DBR Lafitte, Los Vascos. And that is it. Thank you so much once again, as well as our judges for taking the time off of your schedules to join us today and to score our contestants and candidates. Okay, at this point, it is time to announce our 2 sets of special awards. I want to see you guys sound off. Go ahead, comment on your mobile devices who you think deserves to be our darlings of the press, 1 male and 1 female candidate, as well as the winner's choice. Who do you think really stood out to everyone today? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of comments. Everyone is so excited. I'm excited to announce them as well. Okay, we have the results over here. Congratulations. Let's announce first. We are announcing our Winners Circle Choice winners. Okay, first up, congratulations to Alexi Enriquez and Dawn Tang. Congratulations. Wow, very first special award for you. A big hand, job well done. Okay, and for our darlings of the press, female, it is Cassandra Chan, darling of the press. Awesome job. And for the guys, darling of the press, male is Beef Ko. Congratulations. Ooh, oy, kinikilig na sila. Yung iba naman, I see everyone chatting away, congratulating each other. It really shows that this is such a wonderful batch, you know, and it's as a whole. This is a whole movement altogether. And these awards, again, bonus na lang to, guys. This is only the cherry on top of your already very meaningful advocacies. And, you know, you're here not for the awards, diba? You're here for a much bigger purpose and for your passion. So thank you, each and every one of you. All of you are winners, but we do have our special awards, and enjoy that to our 4 lucky winners today. A big hand, everybody, and congratulations. Okay, so that we also have, a tie pa pala. Okay, akala nyo isa lang. So winner's choice ng female, may tie pala. Aside from Alexi, kasama rin si, you see guys, daming bonus, Julian Yap. Congratulations, Julian Yap. Not 4, but 5 winners. Thank you so much. Okay, so great that we clarified that. Okay, congratulations once again. Let me repeat our winners circle choice. Female, it's a tie, Alexi Enriquez and Julian Yap. Winners circle choice, male is Don Tang. Darlings of the press, Cassandra Chan and Beef Ko. Congratulations, everybody. Job well done. Okay, and you know, the time has come to say goodbye, but you know what? We will see each other next time once again. And I'd like to remind everyone that the Grand Coronation virtual event is happening on October 18th. You can watch that live via Kapamilya Online Live from 11 a.m. to 12, and Kapamilya channel on 10:45 p.m. to 11:45 p.m. That's happening October 18. Okay, so we'll see you guys next time. Thank you once again. Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2020 is spearheaded by the Miss Chinatown Foundation and Chinoy TV, proudly, of course. And if you haven't clicked that thumbs up button yet, if you haven't followed us on our socials, what are you waiting for? For more updates on these amazing human beings, go ahead and follow us on our online platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, I believe. Yeah, you know, bago ngayon. Ano about it. Okay, so we'll see you guys next time. We're so excited to see you do well in your next upcoming challenges. And good luck. Congratulations to everyone. Once again, this is Janina Chan of Chinoy TV. Thank you so much to all of our partners and to everyone watching. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, everyone.
Hi, guys. Open your cameras.